This morning, and I'm like, well, let's check in on the Indiana Fever, see how their day is going. It's not going well. Look, it's not going well on anything they post, basically. They're getting absolutely destroyed. We're right in the middle of what I'm referring to as the Stephanie White effect.
Right there, you can hear the unmistakable sound of an organization completely unraveling before our eyes. We're witnessing, unfold in real time, exactly what happens when a front office badly fumbles the biggest phenomenon the sports world has ever seen. The Indiana Fever aren't simply losing steam here. They're actively bleeding out the brand new fan base they had only just built. And right at the heart of this chaos sits a player on the floor. It's the abrupt, aggressive rollout of the Stephanie White era. But the outrage you're seeing online is only the surface, just a small piece of something much bigger. The truly devastating fallout is quietly building right now at the box office, and it's about to hit much harder.
1,600 empty seats in the arena the other day. I believe it was, when I did my research, the second lowest attended game since Caitlin Clark has showed up. And some people have been like, well, that's not because of Caitlin Clark's popularity. No, it's not. But it is because of how the Indiana Fever have treated her and how they use her in game.
What the numbers reveal has nothing to do with clever public relations spin or damage control. Seeing 1,600 empty seats for a team that features Caitlin Clark is nothing short of a mathematical disaster. And it's the kind of number that should be setting off alarm bells in the front office. Ever since she stepped into the league, we've watched sold-out, standing-room-only arenas become the everyday standard, night after night. So what exactly changed here? It isn't voter fatigue, and it certainly isn't any dip in her personal popularity either. What we're seeing is massive, undeniable consumer rejection playing out in real time. The fan base that poured into Gainbridge Fieldhouse comes largely from Middle America. Fans who showed up specifically expecting a basketball revolution, nothing less. Instead, what they're watching is a coaching staff actively diminishing their franchise players' importance while pouring focus into entirely different priorities. And that tension is exactly what's about to boil over.
We got a transgender flag. Celebrate Pride Night presented by Salesforce with us on June 4th against the Dream. That's the game against Angel Reese. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Oh my God. Stephanie White is trending right now.
Mark your calendar for June 4th, a primetime showdown against the Atlanta Dream and Angel Reese that had every reason to be huge. This was supposed to stand out as a marquee basketball moment for the entire sports world to witness. Instead, Salesforce is rolling out a theme night that has completely fractured the Fever's core paying audience right down the middle. You have to understand the demographics at play here first. You're operating out of Indiana, pulling in viewers from Texas all the way through the Midwest region. These are traditional, right-leaning families spending their hard-earned money just to watch a generational talent play basketball. When an organization suddenly pivots away from promoting their superstar and toward pushing corporate activism instead, the backlash hits immediately and hits hard. The comment sections have turned into a digital war zone, with ratios hitting 464 likes against nearly 300 furious, unfiltered comments. But the real danger here isn't the angry tweets flooding in. It's exactly how management chooses to respond to this unfolding crisis next.
And trust me, Indiana Fever, we are watching now. All right, we got our eyes on you, because I am fully expecting the Indiana Fever organization and or their leadership, Stephanie White, Amber Cox, Kelly Cross, I am fully expecting them at some point to come out and start fan blaming. Okay? Or they're going to pull the prototypical, oh, it's a vocal minority.
What we're looking at is a familiar, destructive playbook that has torn apart massive entertainment empires again and again over the last 5 years. When consumers reject a product outright, the worst possible move a company can make is to turn around and attack the very consumers rejecting it. We've already seen Lucasfilm and Disney lean on this exact same strategy before, labeling unhappy customers a vocal minority, or hurling accusations of bigotry the moment box office numbers start collapsing. If General Manager Amber Cox and President Kelly let Stephanie White stand behind a press podium and blame the fans for empty seats and plummeting social media engagement, they'll be lighting a massive fire they simply won't be able to put out afterward. You cannot afford to antagonize the very people financing your entire operation. And if you're thinking this is just some localized Indiana problem, think again, because the numbers coming in tell a much bigger story.
Report that came from some fake Facebook page that claimed $2 million. Well, I can tell you, the studio show right before the game, $400,000. The Aces game, $343,000. Did the game even break 1 million viewers? That's even a lot lower than I thought. I want to know.
Let's just sit with that figure for a second. 343,000 viewers total, and it says everything you need to know. For a national broadcast on USA Network featuring the back-to-back champion Las Vegas Aces, failing to crack even 500,000 viewers isn't just a mild letdown. It's a catastrophic failure of investment, plain and simple. The network executives who just signed off on massive checks for these broadcasting rights, banking on the Caitlin Clark bump, are now staring down a terrifying reality they didn't see coming. The rising tide didn't lift all boats after all. It only lifted the one specific boat fans actually wanted to watch. And this is exactly where the Indiana Fever's internal civil war turns into a league-wide existential threat. USA Network, ESPN, and Prime Video didn't buy into the WNBA for sub 400K viewership numbers. They bought into the 2 million, 3 million, and 4 million viewer milestones that Clark built during her historic collegiate run and carried straight into Indiana with her. When Stephanie White's system suppresses that magic and the front office actively alienates the traditional family units driving merchandise sales and attendance, the entire WNBA financial structure starts to shudder under the weight. It's worth looking back at the historical timeline of destruction here for context. The league spent 25 years struggling just to consistently break 1 million viewers, operating at a massive financial loss the whole time, heavily subsidized by the NBA, largely because their core product never truly resonated with the broader mainstream American sports audience. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, an absolute miracle happens. A player arrives from Iowa who perfectly aligns with Middle America's sensibilities. Caitlin Clark brings millions of brand-new paying customers through the doors. She single-handedly solves the league's quarter-century revenue problem, generating record-breaking jersey sales and unprecedented ticket demand across the entire country. But instead of fully embracing that massive financial windfall while it's here, the old guard of the WNBA, represented right now by the Fever's leadership and Stephanie White's controversial integration, has actively pushed back against it, and that resistance is only getting harder to ignore. What played out on June 4th against the Atlanta Dream captures this entire disaster in miniature, almost too perfectly. Rather than leaning fully into the highly anticipated basketball storyline against Angel Reese and the Dream, the organization instead leans into divisive corporate activism, prioritizing a theme night presented by Salesforce over the structural stability of their own fan base. The irony here seems completely lost on management, unfortunately. As the research pointed out, May marked Military Appreciation Month, and the league offered exactly 0 dedicated nights to honor that particular demographic throughout. But the moment June rolls around, the entire marketing machine shifts gears to promote an initiative that fundamentally alienates the very traditional families who just rescued the league from bankruptcy not long ago. The gap between the boardroom and the bleachers has genuinely never felt wider than it does right now. Just scroll through the comments, and it's all right there, loud and clear across every one of their social platforms. Keep this away from families and children. We came here to see Caitlin Clark. Stop marketing adult choices to kids. These aren't random internet trolls or automated bots typing this out. These are verified, paying customers, the people actually buying premium lower bowl seats. When a father from Texas or a family from rural Indiana decides the environment no longer welcomes their core values, they don't show up outside the arena waving protest signs. They do something far more damaging to the bottom line instead. They simply cancel their season tickets, quietly and without warning. They stop buying the expensive merchandise altogether. They change the channel and take their disposable income elsewhere. And that quiet, steady exodus is what should really be keeping the front office up at night. The influx of new fans, that traditional, center-right, sports-first audience, is exactly what brought the real capital in, yet by intentionally shifting marketing focus back toward the niche audience while still pocketing the new fans' money. The Fever are running a bait-and-switch that will carry severe long-term consequences down the road. Let's tie this back to Amber Cox and Kelly, because real executive leadership requires actually reading the room here. If USA Network is already panicking over just 343,000 viewers for the Aces matchup, what happens when Fever games start dropping below 1 million because the casual fan feels genuinely disgusted by the off-court politics creeping in? The television rights deal, once celebrated as a landmark achievement for the league, is now built on nothing but quicksand. Networks carry escape clauses. Advertisers track engagement metrics closely. If the click-through rate on Fever content keeps plummeting and the ad dollars vanish overnight, we're already staring at the explicit warning signs with those 1,600 empty seats at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That single number represents roughly $150,000 to $200,000 in lost gate revenue for just one night alone. Multiply that across an entire season. Factor in the lost concessions and parking revenue too, and you're looking at millions of dollars burned away purely out of ideological stubbornness. The Stephanie White effect isn't merely a coaching philosophy at this point. It's become an economic wrecking ball swinging straight toward the franchise's vault. Which brings us to the inevitable breaking point ahead. At some point within the next 3 weeks, a microphone will be placed in front of Fever management, and they'll have to explain both the empty seats and the toxic social media ratios everyone's watching. The instinct, as we touched on earlier, will be to blame the fans, to label them a vocal minority, to accuse them of not being true fans of the game at all. And the moment those words actually leave an executive's mouth, that's when the bridge